moment, of course, for the World Table Tennis family.
Right.
The passing of the legendary Jacques Secretin. What a player. And as was mentioned there, world champion mixed doubles with Claude Bergeret in 1977, European singles champion in 1976. An entertainer who did so much for table tennis. But let's get back to the action. Let's entertain tonight for one of table tennis's biggest entertainers. Let's do it tonight for Jacques Secretin. So the action then continues in Macau. First match up in this evening session. Hugo Calderano of Brazil, Lin Guoyan of China. I'm Johnny Cowan, delighted to be with you again this evening and joined once again by Dan Ives. Dan, great matchup here.
Yeah, great matchup indeed, and Jack would really be impressed with world table tennis, that's for sure. An entertainer, and yeah, condolences to him and his family. An absolute huge battle we've got going on here. Hugo Calderano versus Lin Guoyan. I mean, the head-to-head is really interesting. Both have defeated each other. You see that, both 1-1, 1-1. World ranking number 6 for Hugo Calderano. World ranking number 2, Lin Guoyan. It's all to play for. First to 5 points. I love this. It's so intense, and it's very hard to tell who's going to win. It's gripping all the way throughout. And yep, recently Hugo did defeat Lin Guoyan 4-0 in Qatar. Sorry, 2 years ago in 2018. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. What's your take, Johnny, on this one?
Yeah, listen, this is going to be a big one. Absolute classic, and very similar, as you say, Dan, in the statistics, and you know, turned pro in similar times, and yeah, building careers themselves as world leaders in the sport. Very entertaining. Really looking forward again to watching the left-right combination here, particularly with Hugo's big forehands, big backhands that he can play. Can he push Lin Guoyan really wide on the forehand? Because from the backhand corner, player from China in black is formidable. Very, very strong indeed. Just to confirm then, it's the best of 5, and it's up to 5 points. It's the opportunity for us to see these top seeds early on in the event. Historic events, we wouldn't have seen the top men and women until later on in the event. We're shaking it up at World Table Tennis. We want the fans around the world, we want the fans when they come into the stadiums through World Table Tennis events to see the top men and women right from the word go. And so this is why we're trialing this top seed battles. First match then of this evening, Hugo Calderano with the serve. So the winner of this match will be seeded number 3. The loser will be seeded number 4 going into the quarterfinals. This match will be followed later on, of course, by the top match then in terms of determining seeds 1 and 2. That'll be between Xu and Ma Long. But for this one, this is to see who finishes in the position 3, seeded 3, going into the draw tomorrow. So that person will have the 3rd pick of those that qualified through Battle 1 and Battle 2, matches we've seen yesterday and earlier on today. So obviously seed 3 will have a choice, the last choice of the 2 quarterfinalists remaining to choose who they play against. Seeded 4 will just have to take the last one remaining. So there is things to play for here. There is importance to play for.
Yeah, I love that. The seeds get to choose. They're going to be choosing who they play against, and that's what's making this so interesting. And already Hugo's had a good start. It's only to 5 points.
Wonderful top spin to top spin.
How about that straight away? Massive rallies already. Right at the start here, top to top. And Lin Guoyan coming out on top. There's no easing into this match. You have to play well from the start. A strong backhand there from Hugo. whipping into the ball. And he's got himself a game point, 4-2.
Fascinating already at game point. This is what we like. We're seeing how this impacts not only for us as being entertained, the fans. I mean, Dan and I were both crazy into our table tennis. We're loving it. Fans around the world, I'm sure there'll be different opinions, but that's good. That's table tennis being talked about, and we want to entertain. So let's see, can Lin Guoyan come back here? Game point.
2-4.
Best of 5, up to 5.
Let 2-4.
Hugo really coming around there on the forehand side with that backhand flick. And takes it, 5-2. 1-0 to Hugo Calderano.
Got off well there. The 3-0 really sets you up. You know, this is the reason for trying these short-pointed games, short-sighted games, Dan, right? You get 3-0, you're nearly already there. It's creating something every single point. You have to come out of the blocks.
You do, and I feel like Hugo is fantastic in this environment. He's got so much energy. We know he's one of the most athletic players on the circuit. He can do backflips. He does all sorts of crazy things on his Instagram. And he's very gymnastic-like, and he's bringing that to his table tennis. Explosive.
But the other thing is he's very tactical, very in it. He's committed to his journey, which I love. Lin Guoyan also, you know, coming in behind Ma Long, Xu Xin, the guys leading the national team. You know, he's coming through that now and established himself. Very, very exciting for the future of table tennis, and in a WTT environment could be very, very exciting for the fans around the world. All the new content strategy that we're looking at in WTT, all the new promotion, really pushing the men and women in the sport to be really true stars of sport, not just in table tennis. We have to attract the attention of other fans and other potential followers of the sport, and these new formats and the look and feel and the professionalism certainly helping us there, because these players, unbelievable level, they deserve it.
Love 1.
Tactically, Dan, really interested to see how Hugo was going wide out Lin Guoyan's couple of times in the key moments in that first game. Get him away from that backhand corner, and then interestingly in the open rallies he was going down into the backhand corner.
Yeah, for sure. Big
there,
rally here.
To the forehand, trying to go again. That's Hugo's big backhand. Might play well into the forehand of Lin Guoyan.
Yeah, Hugo and Pitchford are very similar with this. When they drop off from the table, they have so much safety in their big shots. Really is remarkable. Good serve.
Let's
net ball.
1-all.
Again there, Lin Guoyan coming around for that backhand flick. The serve looked half long to me. He tried to step in for the flick, could have waited for it and done a topspin, or even used his forehand there. But again, this is what both players are cancelling out on the serve receivers, is this backhand flick and follow-up counter.
One, 3.
So what must go through your mind now? 1-0, 3-1.
1-4.
Read that well there, Hugo. Flicked the serve, saw there wasn't any backspin on it, even though Lin made it look like there was backspin with his follow-through. And he's got himself another game point here. Ooh, that time, the reverse. Changed up the serve, chiseled. Backspin. So here at World Table Tennis, the players towel down every 6 points, of course. And just to regroup.
As ever, really focused, Hugo Calderano. Lin Guoyan also. Great icons of the sport, both of them. 4-2, game point. Best of 5. One more point for Ugo to go 2-0.
Black. 4-2. The game 2.
So clever.
Very clever. I thought he might have gone for that, Hugo Calderano, as the receive from Lin Goyan looked as if it was popped a little bit. We'll see it here from this angle. Wonderful angle. That's a little bit high for me, but he's played a beautiful shot. How did he keep that nice and low, Hugo? He's played that with a square bat almost, keeping it low. Otherwise, he could have popped it back to Goyan, who for sure would have drilled it.
Now, it's a very clever shot, and it's a shot actually that Paul Drinkle told me about once. Players now, when they go in for the touch, they're sometimes doing a flick, sort of open bat angle shot, but short. And I've seen Paul Drinkle do it before, where he's done a flick and it's actually got 2 bounces. Really interesting shot. And it's kind of what Hugo did there. So he's got his bat angle open, he's not going long, he's just softening it. It's such good feeling and touch on the ball to do that. And Hugo's doing this a lot. One of the players that's doing it often. And it does work, it catches the players out. And he's got himself a 2-0 lead here and a $5,000 win bonus if he wins this match.
5 seconds.
Commanding now, though, for Hugo Calderano. 2-0 up. Lost 3-2 to Shushin. Interestingly, Dan, he was 2-0 up against Shushin, if you remember last night. Lost 3-2. Shushin came back and won 3 off the bounce.
Yeah, at this level, this sort of format, you can't write anyone off. You've got to keep focusing. It's only to 5 points.
Flop 1.
Strong start from Lin. See that Hugo there went for the backhand flick, last minute then changed into the touch shot. All these little intricate things taking place that deceives your shot selection to the opponent. And that time Hugo went for the flick. Won the point. It's 2-2. Lin has to be careful here because only a few more points and Hugo's got a match point.
Don't touch.
Players encouraged, of course, not to touch the table during these COVID times. Very, very difficult, though. Players are sweating. You know, we used to use the table just to wipe the sort of sweat off your hand in and around the net area, but obviously trying to avoid that now. Which I think is why, Dan, they're a little bit more lenient with the towel breaks. I think that's one of the reasons, so that, you know, every 6 points they can spend a little bit longer.
Good point, good point. Because it's very natural to wipe your hands down on the table, to sweat, and yeah, makes sense because the towel breaks have been quite a long time, I've got to say.
So Hugo serving 2-3. Nice control from Lin.
Yeah, I felt like Lin could have blocked there all day long. He's in great position.
Yeah,
he's at the
Calderano
table.
Goes a wee bit too far back here, Dan, maybe here.
Yeah.
After that one, he's holding his distance there. He's just trying to rip it, just missed the timing, that's all.
On other days, though, that backhand flies on. They become shot of the day. So a game point now for Lin.
Oh, it's nice.
4-3.
I mean, that's such a great receive from Calderano because it's the reverse serve from Lin, which is going in the other direction, yet he comes across Hugo and flicks it the other way against the spin. Tremendous.
5-3. The game 2.
And that time, Lin, again with a reverse serve. Hugo couldn't deal with it. It was very awkward. It's very good placement. Hugo wasn't sure if it was short or long. As we see here, check this serve out. Is it long? Is it short? Goes for the flick. It hits the top of the net. And now Lin's got a set. Lin's got a game here on the score sheet, 5-3, 2-1 to Hugo.
So the top 4 seed battle 2. The second time these players have battled within the top 4 seed battle. Again, confirmation will be that the winner of this match will be seeded 3 going into the draw for the quarterfinals. The loser will be seeded 4. There we have it. It's 5 games. It's 5 game points. And there's extra dollars at stake. Every match here at WTT Macau has dollars attached. All the players going home with a reasonable amount of money. It's costly to travel the world. The world, of course, will be a different place post-COVID, but there are costs still attached to being an international sports person. Travel, hotels, your entourage, coach, etc. And so table tennis with WTT pushing to bring as much money into the sport as possible to help provide for the players and also give back into the ITTF and to support the development in the national associations and with high performance development to improve the levels of the sport around the world. It's exciting times, and it's so good to be here at WTT Macau to see it all come to life. And Lin might well just be making a comeback here. Absolutely, Dan.
Love 2.
And he's got a 2-0 lead, you're right, John. It looks that way. And I think Lin's reverse serve is causing a bit of problems to Hugo. He's not able to flick as strong.
Love 3.
Hugo just slightly leaning there on that backhand, maybe stepped off a bit too far. That's nice.
Very, very smooth.
He loaded it up, didn't he? It was effortless. Good legs, staying low.
Oh.
Oh, this is class.
4-1.
How does Hugo get back so quickly at that distance?
Insane backhand.
The coordination and balance of table tennis players to cover such distances in the legs, yet keep your overall core shape and also play the shot at the same time and anticipate what's coming next.
5-1. It's game 2.
It's incredible.
It is, and there we are. We're in the 5th. Lin Gaoyan takes it 5-1. Again, off that heavy reverse cut backspin serve. Check it out, it's fizzing. That has so much backspin on it. And I'm sure Lin Gaoyan's probably done that serve a million times in training over the years and has mastered it. And it's worked very well here. He's made the comeback. Last 2 games, 5-3, 5-1. We're in the 5th. All to play for. And there's Chen Chi, Lin Gaoyan's coach. Chen Chi, also a former world-class player. I like this coach-athlete relationship here. Just discussing the tactics there. Here's Hugo's coach, who is doing a lot for Hugo right now, and Gauzy. Johnny?
Yeah, John Lene, great tactician, great strategist.
You know, he's investing a lot in, you know, the travelling as well, as you're saying, the coach, travelling well with Hugo, his team.
What's clear is that they work on a strategy. They set their goals like any good athlete does, or any team or any company that's going to do good business, that's going to work towards that goal and use your resources in the right way. Jean-René puts together the plans. Hugo, very ambitious. And so here we go, game 5. And 5 points. This is it. 5 points. And you're through as the winner of this match to be the seeded 3 player in the quarterfinals. So both players still go through, still involved, but the winner will be seeded 3, loser will be seeded 4. 5-1 points to decide.
Here we go then.
1 love.
But yeah, just the strategy that's thought through from Jean-René and that perspective on Hugo, very, very impressive. I think it's coming through more and more in table tennis as things professionalize even further and further and further in the sport. And WTT will help that because it'll provide a platform for more athletes to make more of a living in the sport.
Yeah, for sure.
So raise the standards. More entertaining matches all around the world.
1 all.
Just spun off that one from Hugo.
Yeah, Lin really caught that backhand there. Apologise because I think it might have been a top edge, but he's caught it with a lot of spin. It's kicked off.
2-2, 1-1. Oh, what a backhand from Lin.
Yeah, Lin recognised that early on. As soon as he's done the serve, he saw Hugo's flick. He's just laced it. It's that confidence, that gutsy style of play.
Forcing it a little bit now, Hugo.
Yeah, this reverse serve of Lin has been a huge tactical change for his game. He spotted that very early on when he was 2-0 down. And is now 3-1 up in the fifth. And has just done that reverse serve all the way through.
So pressure on that man now from Brazil, Hugo Calderano. He's got the serve though. What can he muster up here? Trails 1-3.
Oh, just clipped the net.
1-4.
He's building up into a massive rally there. Now, Lin Gaoyan has game point. Game point, match point. There's that net there.
Light. 1-4.
One match point saved.
Great ball that from Hugo, out into the forehand again. So taking Lin away from that bedrock that he has. He digs in, he builds things from the backhand corner. Very, very strong. But that little change, I think, is a nice little tactic.
Yeah, good placement.
Continue play.
Still match point. To be seeded 3 going into the draw quarterfinals.
5-2.
And that time, Hugo couldn't get the flick again. The reverse serve wins it for Lin Gaoyan. Takes the match 3-2. And what a tactical change Lin made there, being at 2-0 down, Johnny.
Hugo again leads 2-0. Loses 3-2. Happened last night. Has happened again tonight. But yeah, absolutely. The use of that reverse serve, there you saw it. Big, big difference. Hugo's clearly seen the opportunity because it was a little bit bouncy, the serve, but so much spin in it.
That's the thing, even though it's bouncy, it's got that much spin, the ball is still diving down into the net.